Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of your probably favorite, hopefully, podcast about anime. It's the Ramen Stand. I'm Cole, and I'm here with my co-hosts, Kai and DJ.
Hello. So in this episode, thank you, Cole, for doing that. So in this episode of the Ramen Stand, we're talking about, as we mentioned in the previous episode, we're going to be talking about 3 anime that we recommended to each other: Baccano, Kuroko no Basket, and Yuru Camp. Finally got the name right. But before we do that, I kind of want to talk a little bit, just briefly, some anime news that's been popping off since the last time we recorded, because this season's got some fucking bangers coming out.
Oh, yeah.
So, which, Cole, you definitely know what I'm going to mention in a little bit. So,
yeah, I did
one of
text
the so one of the biggest ones is that, as of this recording, a couple of days ago, Attack on Titan, the manga, is officially over. So, no more Attack on Titan. After 11 years and I think 6 months, it's finally over.
God,
did you
that's
guys
so
ever?
long.
Yeah, that's crazy. Did you guys ever watch Attack on Titan at all growing up?
Oh, bro, you know it.
Yeah.
So that's one of the animes. Man, that's one of the animes that like I haven't been able to get into yet. Just because like it's super mainstream, which obviously for good reason it is.
Yeah.
But you know that feeling, right?
Oh no, I get it. Just like, oh, it's so mainstream, it can't. It's
Exactly, but I'm definitely gonna get into
overhyped.
it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
It's definitely something on my watch list.
Yeah, it's definitely overhyped, but it, for the most part, it sort of warrants it. Like at the time when it was just season 1, like yeah, it was super overhyped. It was good, but not as good as people say.
Yeah.
But
that's
now
what
that
that's
like
what deterred
it's
me.
yeah. But now that we have up to season 4, like it's fucking good.
Yeah, I'm honestly
like,
just
it
kind of
sort
waiting
of
for it
warrants
to
it.
end. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Part 1 of season 4, which Jesus Christ, the fact that I'm saying part 1, recently ended. So there's a good chunk. I think part 2 is supposed to come in December at the earliest of this year. So yeah.
Okay, sick.
Another thing is that Shaman King, the reboot, recently came out. Have you guys ever heard of Shaman King?
Yeah,
I have heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those animes that for the US was introduced to us via 4Kids. Like that was one of those animes that a lot of people watched when we were growing up as kids. And it sort of ended sort of like having its own, I think, believe anime ending, where like not necessarily ending the way the manga ended. And so it got originally it was supposed to actually get a reboot many years ago, but the creator of the show, Shaman King, refused to give the remake unless he could get the original voice actors and the original OST from the original anime in the reboot, and they could never do that, so it never happened for many years. Until recently, the reboot came out, and I guess it has different voice actors and different music, so I guess they came to some agreement. But yeah, it's cool that a lot of people's childhoods is coming back and stuff. So I'm eventually gonna watch that, because I watched a little bit of Shaman King, but not a whole lot. So this will be great. And also another thing is the second, which I'm excited for, is the second season of Megalobox recently came out, and fucking the first season was so good. Have you guys ever heard of Megalobox?
I have not heard of Megalobox, but this looks like something I would love.
Oh yeah, Megalobox is really cool. Kai, I think you would really like it. It's a sports anime technically, but it doesn't really focus on the sport. It's more of a focusing on the characters who play the sport of
boxing.
Is
it like slice of life, kind of like sport kind of deal, you're saying?
I don't know if I would call it slice of life.
or more so like drama.
I would say more like drama, yes.
Okay.
Drama for a fact, yeah.
Okay,
It's a character-driven drama about like futuristic boxing.
Yeah, this artwork
and it's supposed to be inspired.
Insane.
Oh yeah, and it's inspired by the very old boxing anime Ashita no Joe.
Oh,
it's
okay.
very good. And season 2 recently came out, and I'm excited for that. It's even more drama and depressing, apparently, by the trailer in the second season.
I love that.
Good show. The first season's on Netflix, so you're good to go there.
Oh shit. Okay, bet.
Yeah. And the big thing, and also My Hero Academia season 5 recently came out, and there's going to be a movie, which I like My Hero, but recently I've slowly started to fall out of that. Like, not because it's bad, it's just my interest sort of died down. But I'll eventually get back into it because I liked My Hero when it was first coming out. How do you guys feel about My Hero?
I love it. I've been waiting for season 5 or for this season to come out for a bit. What's funny is like originally I didn't like it, or I didn't want to watch it because my partner at the time was watching it, super into it, and he was like, "You gotta watch this shit. You gotta watch it. It's so good." And I was always like, "No, like I don't want to watch it." And then one day we were eating, and he was like, "Here, I'll put on the first episode." And ever since then, it's just been like, oh shit.
Oh yeah.
So it's pretty good. I do think waiting so long for the fucking next season to come out definitely would like put a damper on my love and affection for it. But now that it's
that's
out,
how I felt with Attack on Titan.
Exactly. Yeah, which is why like I always prefer to like watch completed stuff because I fucking streamline it and like just binge it. But yeah. I'm definitely gonna be keeping up with this.
Fuck yeah. What about you, Cole? How do you feel about My Hero in general?
I mean, you were the one who invited me out to like the movies and stuff, so of course I have like a good experience.
Right.
Got him.
I haven't been like keeping up with it much lately, mostly because like I'm absorbed in like other things. But holy shit, 5th season already?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's a very good thing that like My Hero is constantly getting new seasons like yearly, which is good.
Oh yeah, just because it's so popular too.
Yeah, like it's very unfortunate because there's just so many anime series that like take many years to get a new season, if at all. Like a perfect example. Yeah, if at all. Like the perfect example is Baki the Grappler, which is another good show about martial arts. Like the first 2 seasons were like early 2000s, like 2002, and then it took almost 2 decades until we got a 3rd season in 2020. Like that just shows you just how crazy it is with some anime. Whereas My Hero, like every time the season ends, they immediately announce next season's coming out next year. Next season. Like that just shows you how popular it is. But yeah, that's cool.
Very spoiled.
They really are. Yeah. But I mean, My Hero's good for the most part. Great animation, solid characters, fun plot about superheroes. It's great. I'll eventually get back into it. And the big thing that I want to say.
The big thing.
Is that on Easter, April 4th, 2021, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure had probably their biggest anime event, which honestly, that 3-hour special was kind of fucking boring. They announced at the very end of it that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 6 Stone Ocean is gonna come out, and they showed the voice actor, and I and many other JoJo fans are fucking excited for JoJo Part 6. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Kai, have you ever what is your relationship with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, if at all?
So my relationship solely stems from you guys. And do you remember in high school you guys were watching it, and DJ you showed up. You were like, "Let me show you this one scene," and he pulls up the scene. Hopefully, no spoilers. Where like this dog gets its head fucking chopped off.
Oh, that's not.
And I was like, I was so traumatized. Because that's honestly one of the biggest reasons why I haven't started it. Because I know it's a really good story and everything, and that the animation is fucking sick. Like I love the way the animation looks, but holy shit, for like a first dip into JoJo, fucking DJ pulls that up.
Well, first off, sorry Kai for ruining your. But the reason why there's a lot of brutal dog deaths is because the creator, Hirohiko Araki, he loves dogs, and a lot of people universally love dogs. And so his ideology is to have the villains kill dogs to make you hate them, because why would anybody kill dogs? Fuck that guy, you know?
Works.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot of fucking sense.
Yeah. So that's why there's a lot of dog deaths in JoJo's, because it's supposed to make you hate this character.
Oh, so that's not the only
doing
one.
Something like that. Oh, no, not at all.
Oh my god.
They have a history. It's
okay. Good to know.
That's sort of, but that, I mean, that kind of died down after like part 4. So
okay. Like more than half the entire series.
Yeah. But there you go. There's some anime news about all those different animes that I'm excited for, and just in general. So yeah. So the next big thing that I want to talk about before we talk about these 3 anime is that just the general sort of theme and sort of topic of recommending people anime, which is what we did in the last episode. So I want to kind of ask you guys of like, how do you go about, or have you ever recommended someone anime, either someone who's never seen anime before or like recommending somebody a new anime? How do you usually go about that?
Oh yeah, I did that at the bar the other day. So there were these two guys that were sitting at the bar, and one of them was like recommending some stuff to his friends, and one of the things that he was talking about was Primal, which is, I think it's an Adult Swim show.
Oh yes, an Adult
Primal,
Swim.
yeah, the no dialogue with like the caveman and the cute dinosaur.
Yeah, made by the guy who made Samurai Jack.
Yeah. And and I jumped in and I was like, you gotta watch it. It's so sick. And then, funny enough, my other bar manager also jumped in and was like, it is a really sick show. And I didn't know he liked Primal. But usually, like, I try to go, like, if it's like a run-of-the-mill situation like that, I just give them, like, what I like. But if I know this person and what their interest kind of gears towards, then I'll try to, like, curate them for them. Like, if my best friend would ask me, I would recommend maybe, like, more slice-of-life stuff to her. Like, Yuru Camp would be, like, perfect. But I don't know if she'd, like, rock with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. People. Oh, before we get to you, Cole. Fucking people. Oh my god. So people are so stupid when it comes to recommending anime. Sometimes, like, people who have never seen anime, they'll recommend the most just anime, just easily turn you off.
Yeah.
So to like recommend to someone who's never seen it before. Like, I've told Cole this before, but my buddy Brandon, he's not really into anime at all. Like, he's seen a few, but it's just not something that he's into, which, you know, if you don't like anime, that's fine. It's not for everybody. But one time, one of our coworkers, mutual friends, they were just hanging out, and she tried to get him to check out the anime Beastars.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Which Beastars is pretty good, I'm not going to lie. But that's not an anime that you recommend to someone who's very indifferent about anime.
Or, like, to start off their anime journey.
Yeah. Yeah, and people do that with JoJo too. Just like, if they've never seen anime before, the first thing that they think of is go watch JoJo. Like, no,
don't go watch JoJo. Get traumatized.
Like, it's good, but don't start with that. Yeah, but yeah, it's just annoying. Okay, what about you, Cole? How do you go about recommending people anime, either who've never seen it before or something new to check out?
I think I mentioned this previously in like one of our other conversations, but like I try and see if they're new or not, and like try to see what other shows they've seen, specifically like if they've seen in like cartoons and stuff like that, because typically if they've watched like a cartoon, they'd probably be more open about like different stuff to watch, like that's Avatar, for example. If you mentioned that to me, I'd be like, okay, let's go and see what like supernatural stuff I've seen, because there's no way like Avatar is not supernatural, because fucking demons and shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Fucking moon god.
What if they're like the only animated show I've ever seen is Family Guy? What anime should I watch?
Gintama.
Yeah,
that's a good one though. I don't know if I would recommend that as someone's first anime, but it's definitely a good anime.
You know what popped up in my head was the Way of the House Husband. Have you guys seen that? That one's coming out soon, or I think
it's actually already out, and
it's already out.
Saw it, and I just
no, really.
It's better just to read it, in my opinion.
That's what I've heard.
It's literally a slideshow. No animation. Just a fucking slideshow of colored panels.
What is it about?
I was just so
it's about like this Yakuza. He's like this like a really like legendary Yakuza, and then he gets married to like his wife, and then he becomes a house husband. And so his goal is to like be the best house husband ever, but he's trying to do it while also being like a former Yakuza, and it's like the trailer looked pretty funny. I know that the manga is really good.
Okay,
but
interesting.
Now I'm worried to watch it, Cole. I don't want to ruin it.
Maybe you would like it, but just me and Carla, we watched it and we were just like,
no, I'll keep it in mind. Yeah, because the animation part, like how you do the animation is super, like I'm really picky about that. Like I think I mentioned this a couple episodes ago. I couldn't watch Demon Slayer just because like the animation threw me off. But I like forced myself to get used to it, so we'll see what happens.
Interesting. Okay. Which that's actually another topic, speaking of which, of like stuff that sort of turns you off, is what do you think is hard about getting into anime, just in general? Like, what do you think is hard about someone who would, want to watch it for the first time? What do you think are some struggles about it that you can sort of, I guess, relate to with your personal experiences?
It's hard to watch anime sometimes. Like, I really want to watch it, but I also have to like do other stuff. So like I struggle with deciding whether or not to like listen just to like the dubbed version. But you guys know I hate dubbed. And I know that every person that starts out in anime, especially in America, will like start out with like a dubbed version of whatever they're watching. And it's like, no, like I try to push the fact that like you gotta watch the original like Japanese version just because like it like things don't translate over as well, and the emphasis feels like it's missing. So that's something that I've always kind of figured out.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
What about you, Cole?
I feel like part of it might be like some of like the old stigma of like being a fan of anime, because back then people would like be like, oh, you watch anime? That's kind of
you fucking weeb.
Yeah, you weeb, stuff like that. And so like to avoid that type of bullying, you wouldn't like call yourself like a fan or anything. Just be like, yeah, I watch it from time to time.
I dabble in anime.
I look at the corner of my eye when
when it's on the screen.
Yeah, but I don't like it. Somebody likes it.
I don't like it or anything. I swear.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel that way because growing up as a kid, I would never bring up the fact that I liked anime at all, or just like any nerdy shit, anything, just because I didn't want to be made fun of for it. Because definitely growing up as kids in like the early 2000s, being an anime fan was like a fucking death sentence.
Oh yeah, especially in high school or middle school.
Oh yeah, definitely. But over time, it seems like it's more accepting. It's definitely anime is definitely more what's the word, like more mainstream, I guess, like in the sense of more people watch it and are accepting of the fact that other people watch anime and things like that, which is good that that's happening. But yeah, I think probably I agree that like there's hard things about getting anime of the dub or just how weird anime can be sometimes. Like anime's so different from American television. It's just there's a lot of more lewd shit, and just the humor can be different and off. Because for me, there's a lot of anime that doesn't truly make me laugh out loud. Like I'll giggle sometimes, but there's very few anime that genuinely make me fucking burst out laughing.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's that too. And sometimes, the plots of anime can be very just complex with all the powers and the so many episodes like One Piece. And so I get why, getting into anime can be difficult in all those senses and stuff. But I'd recommend it. Anime's good.
It's good for your soul.
But yeah.
Ignore the haters.
Good for your soul. Ignore the haters. Fuck them. Hey guys, just want to give a quick little spoiler warning for the first 3 episodes of the 3 anime we'll be talking about: Baccano, Kuroko no Basket, and Yuru Camp. If you don't want to be spoiled, would highly recommend you go check those shows out and then come back. But if you don't really mind, we're only going to be talking briefly about the 3 episodes, so just a quick little warning for you there. All right, enjoy. All right, so now it's time to talk about the 3 anime that we recommended each other, which are Yuru Camp, Kuroko no Basket, and Baccano. So we all had to watch 3 episodes of all 3 of them, and we're going to talk a little bit about how we feel with each one. So the first one we're going to talk about is Yuru Camp. So I'm going to quickly explain the basic plot of Yuru Camp as best as I can from what I can remember. So pretty much Yuru Camp, it's literally just cute girls going camping, That's literally all it is. Just the joys and wonders of camping. I get why people like it. It's it looks beautiful. Like the art style is very good. The atmosphere is very warm and welcoming and nice. I do enjoy just the moments of them being quiet and the girl Rin, I believe is her name, the blue hair girl.
Yeah.
Just her just taking in the atmosphere and just, making all this shit. And I really like the narrator also talking. And funny enough, the narrator, I believe his name is oh fuck, I can't remember his name, and I actually wrote his name down for one of my videos. But the narrator, he's an amazing voice actor, and he's known for doing the voices of like big antagonists in a lot of shonen anime, like
Really?
yeah, like the main villain of My Hero Academia, All for One, like he's the voice actor for that. The main villain in Baki the Grappler, Yujiro, he's the main voice actor. Like that dude, when it comes to big shonen villain animes, you're guaranteed that he's gonna be the voice actor for that. He's very good. And so it was funny to see. Yeah, it was so funny to see him be the voice actor for that. It was cool. I liked that a lot. But yeah, it was. I get why people like it. It was fun, and there was some funny moments. Like one of the big ones that I can remember is when Rin was, I believe in episode 3, Rin was like going up to these dogs in leashes, and then one of the dogs just fucking tackled her.
Oh yeah.
And that was kind of funny. That one made me laugh a little bit. But yeah, like as I mentioned before in other podcast episodes, I'm not super into slice of life anime, and but I get why people like this. And honestly, for me, I'm probably not gonna finish it. Like I was surprised when I saw that there was 2 seasons of this, but I'll probably watch a couple more episodes just because it was very nice, warming, comforting, and different. So I appreciate it. How do you feel about Yuru Camp Kai? What were your experiences with it?
So I was able to get through just the first episode, sadly, but I actually really like it. I'm pretty partial to like slice of life stuff, because when I first started watching anime, like those are the genres that I was kind of gearing towards, just because it was what my uncle would recommend to me. But no, I really liked it. Like it deadass made me want to go camp alone, and now it's something that I might do. And I love like camping and stuff, so this is really good for me. But yeah, I thought it was pretty sick. The characters are really interesting, especially Rin. And I feel a certain like affinity with her because I love like being alone, doing things on my own. So I'm definitely gonna be watching this probably to the end. But no, it's really good. I like this a lot.
Yeah, definitely watch.
What about you, Cole?
I mean, obviously, I love it since I recommend
Yeah.
But, like, I see this as, like, a comfort anime, because, like, it's just so comforting and, like, nice. You don't have to worry about, like, any drama or anything. It's really the best to watch it, like, after you've seen, like, something really unsettling. Like, you just finished, like, a horror movie, and you're like, let's think of
like after you watch
nice.
JoJo.
Yeah, like that.
It's like the Clean Your Eyes Reddit. Something like that.
Similar to that. Like, your character is the pink-haired girl.
Oh, she's so cute.
She is my favorite. She's just so funny.
She was fun.
But yeah, it's definitely just like a breath of fresh air after like seeing something like horrifying, like a scary anime or just a very dramatic one. It's just something to put on. You don't really have to think much. But yeah, it made me want to go camping as well. I wanted to go, like, before COVID hit, but then, you know, COVID. Right. So I'm hoping that we can go camping sometime.
Definitely. Yeah, that'd be tight. Definitely. Yeah, Yuru Camp, pretty solid slice of life. If you guys want to check it out, go check it out. You'll love it. All right.
Super wholesome.
So, the next one we're going to talk about is Kuroko no Basket. So, Cole, can you basically explain what the fuck is going on in Kuroko no Basket?
Okay, from what I remember, there's basically, like, this, like, prodigy of a group that played, like, back in their middle school or something like that. And there's, like, a bunch of characters who got off to go to, like, these really strong schools to play basketball in, but then this one guy who's, like, the Shadow, he went to like this newly formed school, and now we're just following his adventure and his basketball team as they go through and win tournaments.
Yes, sir. So that's just something funny that I think about when it comes to these high school club sports animes, that like all these freshmen are just like the most intense,
they're huge,
somehow
they're fucking
extremely
huge.
Professional basketball players. Yeah, like they're
huge for no reason.
Like they're more jacked than a lot of adults. Like what the fuck?
Exactly. Like I'm looking at the teachers and the student. It's like, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no.
That?
But honestly, I fucking love it. Like I already like sports anime in general, and this one just fits the bill, your typical sports anime, and it does it perfectly. That it definitely hooked me. So after I finish the couple anime that I'm currently watching, I'll definitely continue Kuroko no Basket. I like the characters so far. I can't remember the guy with the red hair. Can't remember his name.
Taiga or something like that.
Taiga, yeah, something like that. He was cool. He definitely gives off a lot of main character douchebag vibes.
Yes.
And so I think it's interesting that like he's actually not technically the main character because his name's not in this the fucking title. Like it's about Kuroko helping him become the best, and he's already the best. Yeah. So I feel that's kind of interesting way to go about having him be the main character, helping somebody else become the main character in a way, I guess. So that's pretty cool. I enjoy it. What about you, Cole? What do you feel? How are you feeling about this show so far?
Well, I mean, as I mentioned in a previous episode, I'm not really that big on sports anime. Because most of the time it's just like some really crazy shit, and some of them are like really predictable.
Oh yeah.
But like when I watched it, I found it like a bit funny because like every time it went, like I got down to like some grinding time, like the round's almost over, like just somehow managed to like get that last basket in. And I'm just like, wow, that's crazy. I didn't think you could do that. And then the fact that these fucking freshmen are like giants, they're like ripped. Like, where did they find these kids? What are they feeding them?
I know.
It's because Kagami was like the American kid because he came from America. Yeah. And so that's why he's ridiculously huge. It doesn't make any sense still.
And that fucking scene where like the coach had all of them get on the rooftop. And,
yeah.
That one too. No, I was thinking that one too, but yeah, that was a weird scene. But the scene where like they're on the rooftop and having to scream out their goals. It's like, oh man, could you imagine having to fucking do that to just get in a basketball club?
Yeah.
I just want to win. I just want to fuck bitches. That one kid.
I do indeed want to just fuck bitches.
Yeah. Well, what about you, Kai? You've talked about this show a little bit, but what is it that you liked about this show why you recommended it, or you would recommend it?
So well, nowadays, like you, DJ, I'm getting more partial to like sports animes. Just because like I've come from like a background of fucking doing a bajillion sports growing up. So it's an environment and like a structure that I'm very used to. So being able to like see that in anime and also see like iterations of things that like do kind of happen, like all the drama and stuff, it's pretty nice. But yeah, like I definitely like Kuroko no Basket just because like the underdog story really interests me, and I feel like Kuroko is definitely like he's the shadow pretty much, like that's literally his name translates to that. So like yeah, like it's definitely something that I'm really interested in. And yeah, I'm glad you like it, DJ.
Yeah, it's fucking great. Yeah, I do. That's one thing I like about sports animes is one, the underdog stories. There's a lot of those which are always fun and interesting to see them go from nothing to one of the best. And also what I like about sports animes is how it's just, you actually learn about the sport, you know, like the people who make these animes, like, you know, they learn about the sport, they love the sport, and so they
bring on experts and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you know, there's some shit that isn't real, or, you know, they overhype, or, you know, they
like make it a hyperbole pretty much.
Yeah, they hyperbolize the fuck out of it to make it interesting because it's an anime, you know. So which you know makes it more interesting, because if it was just like actual realistic sport, then I would rather just watch a regular sport, you know.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So I like it that
the drama is what makes it good.
Yeah, definitely. So Kuroko no Basket, very good. Would highly recommend. Definitely gonna watch it, more of it. All right. So last one is Baccano. Kai, can you basically explain the plot? What the fuck is going on in Baccano so far?
Oh god, you gave me the hardest one. So Baccano is pretty much, it's fucked. That's it. But yeah, Baccano is like, it's based off, it surrounds like a mafia story pretty much, and it veneers off into like all these different players and characters that have to do, like, that are either in the mafia or had connections to them, and just how their, like, perspectives of things kind of tie into the entire plot, or entire story. So with Baccano, it's a little hard to explain just because the time frames, or the, you're jumping from, like, different years and stuff. I remember, by the way, loved it. I remember, like, watching it and getting through the first 3 episodes and being like, I might need to rewatch this last episode just because like it was all over the place, you know, but definitely complicated, but definitely worth it.
Oh no, I agree. It was definitely complicated when I first watched it, but I was hooked because I remember watching Durarara many years ago, which Durarara came after Baccano. And like it's by the same creator too, and it's animated the same way with, you know, having different characters' perspectives and stuff like that. But I'd say Durarara is a little bit more centralized because it's one timeline. Focused on different characters' perspectives in the same area rather than Baccano. They jump year to year, different things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I really like Baccano. Just the atmosphere, the music, the characters, things like that. Everything's great. Like, also, when I first watched Baccano, and I remember Cole told me about this a little bit a while ago, is I did not expect it to be nearly as gory as it was.
like, me neither. Like, I didn't even, like, I knew a bit of what it was about, but I didn't read, like, any description or anything when I started watching it. And I was just like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Like, that was literally me the whole time. Because then, like, they have the powers and stuff, and it just gets wild.
Oh, yeah. What about you, Cole? How do you feel about Baccano so far?
I'm gonna tell you now, I watched like more than 3 episodes because like just after the first 3, I was like, what the fuck is going on? And so I just kept watching and watching, thinking like I'll finally understand.
Love to see it.
But no, I don't understand much else aside from them being like immortals and they can like just get their body back with all their blood like just
it
comes
just
back
like
in
reverses time.
Like yeah, like I like when he like Firo, he was like getting mugged by that homeless dude and his fingers got cut off. I flinched that back, so I was like,
my god.
Oh yeah.
And then he fucks him up after his fingers
and then like just comes
back.
all back and I'm like, what?
Also, spoiler alert. Sorry.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
I'll put a
I mean, it's been
spoiler
out
warning.
for like what? How many years now?
Like
so many years, 14. I think.
Touché.
More than 8.
Yeah, you can definitely tell by the animation style. It's been more than
but
8.
I enjoyed it. I'm probably gonna like continue watching it just to see what the fuck is going on. But it reminds me like with how they tell a story. It kind of reminds me of like this other series that I really enjoy, Mikaku City Actors. In the way that's like it's confusing if you like don't know much of the lore behind it, and you have to like watch it like again a couple times to understand. Which is also a really good anime. I'd recommend it. It's not really like as slice of life as the other stuff I'd watch. It's like supernatural, kind of psychological horror, I guess, in a bit.
Definitely historical too.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I finished Baccano, the one thing that I was wishing was just like I wish there was a few more episodes to like sort of take the time to really dive down and like what the fuck is going on. I mean, as you'll watch, you'll start to sort of understand what the fuck is going on in later episodes, but kind of wish they got to that a little bit sooner than when they did. But I mean, all the characters are pretty interesting, and like the plot, like them in the pussyfoot is pretty cool. Like,
pussyfoot.
That made me laugh. I was like, pussyfoot.
Yeah. But it's an interesting setting that like it takes place primarily in a train, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, Baccano's really cool. Highly recommend y'all continue watching it, or anybody to watch it for the first time. So yeah, you know what? Okay, sure. Actually have an idea of what I want to say. So yeah, this is pretty much the end of the episode, but we have some announcements of what's going to be going on. So the next episode of the Ramen Stand will be focused on one specific anime, and that anime is Jujutsu Kaisen. So me, Kai, and Cole, we have never seen Jujutsu Kaisen, but we're kind of interested in the show, and we've heard a lot of good things. And so we're going to, in between this episode and next episode, we're going to watch a good chunk of it and just talk about the show, and give you our thoughts on it. So yeah. So I'm excited for that because I've heard good things. I'm looking forward to it.
Heard lots of good things.
Yeah. And so before we end the episode, something that I've been meaning to do that I keep forgetting to do is promotional stuff. So is there anything that you guys want to shout out, anything that you're working on, things for people to check out?
Check out the Ramen Stand, y'all. It's a pretty good podcast.
Yes, please do.
Check us out.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
You should check out Videoverse too. Be like,
Videoverse. Check them out over there.
Check out me and Cole's channel Videoverse, where we play a bunch of fucking games and talk about random shit. It's fun. And Kai was on an episode too.
Oh
So
yeah.
there you go.
We'll probably be on more episodes, so
We should probably
Yeah,
also
see my
definitely.
ass.
Let's see. If any of you guys on YouTube or have been like following along and watched the same 3 animes we recommended, you should tell us how you felt about them. Go
Oh
ahead, just
yes.
comment
yeah.
down
We
below.
would love to hear what you think. Absolutely.
Yeah, tell us how
love
you
it.
feel about the 3 anime that we talked about, or any anime that we mentioned within this episode, and even give us recommendations of other anime to possibly check out, because, you know, I love anime, and I would always be down for some recommendations of shit to check out. So yeah, and that's pretty much the end of this episode. So thank you guys very much for listening and watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
See ya.